From a simple Japanese movie about students fighting to the death, Battle Royale has gone wonders from there to inspire massive budget movies such as Hunger Games and many big games such as Fortnite and PUBG. Along that journey, many other games have tried to jump on the hype train but were unfortunate in their try. This video will basically pay respect to all of the Battle Royale games that died this year. I had no clue that Ark Survival even made a Battle Royale game, but it turns out they did, and I've never heard of this at all. But a Battle Royale with dinosaurs and shit like that, one tribe survives, and you know, it was something different. I haven't heard of it, I never knew about it, but after doing some research it looks like they branched out a little bit. I don't know if this is an in-game mode or it's a separate game itself, but Steam charts show that this game is non-existent basically, and it's kind of, it looked pretty cool in the trailer. I thought it was pretty insane, you know, riding around dinosaurs and having NPCs to fight with you. That looked insane, but the game is just not talked about. Again, it's dead pretty much. I do hope that they kind of improve on the game a little bit more. Maybe it can get a full release and a bit more refined experience in general. That would be pretty cool. Island of Nye was meant to be the FPS version of PUBG that was actually good, a refined experience with good graphics. It had the backing and support of people such as Shroud, but something of course went wrong with this. Many people complained that the gameplay was just shallow, and it was good because it had CSGO spray pattern, and it was interesting as well. It was smooth, but for some reason it wasn't optimized, and people with high-end PCs were struggling to get good FPS on the game. And I think the game itself just entered at a wrong time, you know. No one needs another shooter Battle Royale. We have that with PUBG, we have that with Fortnite, and I guess that's where this game just flopped. After the release of Culling 1, you'd think Culling 2 would be amazing as well, but that was very fucking wrong. There's only two games that did so badly they had to shut down production: Culling 2 and another game which is on the list. Culling 2 did so fucking bad because it was not fucking original at all. It was literally a copy of all the other Battle Royale games, and that's the last thing you want in an oversaturated genre. The game itself was nothing but a cash grab, and it didn't offer any unique experience. It was literally just the same as PUBG, and the devs actually had to take down the game. There's only 2 people playing on the second day online, and 2 weeks after the game was released they had to literally shut it down. But I will give props to the devs for making the apology video. They actually meant saying sorry, and I guess it does kind of hurt making a game for 2 years in production and it end up flopping this bad. An absolute twat putting this game on the list, and really regret making the video I made a few weeks ago where I said this game was going to be the next Battle Royale game that made it or was bigger than Fortnite, for example. But this game really died out quickly, and I don't know where to start with this game. Royale was basically amazing when it came out. It was super different, you know, different types of Battle Royale experience. You know, its class selection was unique, it had a unique way of fighting, and then that all changed when Hi-Rez do what they love doing best, and that's killing the game with this absolute game breaking update, such as removing the chicken feature, which made this literally unique. So they removed that thing. They reduced the fucking headshots, they made class unique gun weapons no longer unique, anyone could pick them up basically. It just decided to become a near copy of Fortnite, with the battle pass literally looked the exact same as Fortnite, it did the exact same as Fortnite, and nothing about it was unique, you know. They kept nerfing everything, you know, just messing up the experience of the game. The growth of this game, as you can see, plummeted a lot. Not many people play it. The Discord server used to be full of people looking for squad, but now it's like, what, 5 at most people. So yeah, this game really fucked up, and it was kind of a sad thing to see it fail, but oh well. There isn't much wrong with Darwin. It wouldn't really be classed as a failure of a game, but something just went wrong with this game. Maybe it's the lack of popularity, the lack of people playing it, the lack of interest in another Battle Royale game. This game isn't necessarily a failure because on Steam it does have great reviews. A lot of people have praised the company, which this is their first game as well. It's an indie company. They had plenty of opportunities of exposure, you know, they had an intervention, they had lots of Twitch streamers and YouTubers, lots of people playing the game, but something just went wrong with the game. Now, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just because Battle Royale is so full of all the other games, people just lost interest in this game. It's quite sad because this game is pretty good, but the numbers of this game are so low, it would be classed as a failure. Now you can't go on about games that flopped in Battle Royale without mentioning the game that started the entire hype of Battle Royale. That's H1Z1. H1Z1 literally tried to make a comeback this year. It tried unleashing a new game mode of Mad Max, basically just driving around vehicles, and as you know, I was kind of keen on that because I make videos of Mad Max as well, so I was kind of interested in that. But looking back at the reviews and what people were saying, it didn't really help its cause at all. A lot of people were saying they were trying to revert back to their old state of what made H1Z1 H1Z1, but that didn't work. It's still a very well-known game. A lot of Twitch streamers and people, influencers, they've all had their kick-off from playing this game. So frankly, you know, this game was going to fail, just like Battle Royale. Battle Royale genre is a Battle Royale. There's only like one game that can win, and so far really there is no winner at the moment. But yeah, you can't go on to the list without mentioning the game that literally is the one that birthed all of these games, and that's H1Z1. This isn't a list at all without mentioning one of the biggest flops in Battle Royale history, and that's Radical Heights. Along with Culling 2, this game flopped so hard that they had to take it out of Steam. The game itself was literally very half-assed as well. They abused the fuck out of the early access title, and I can understand Bosky wanted to jump on the Battle Royale hype, but literally the game was so unfinished. The cars that they had in the game were from PlayStation 2 literally. The buildings themselves were literally the same thing copy and pasted over and over again throughout the entire map. Nothing about the game was new. It looked like an arcade Battle Royale, and they wanted us to pay for this, which was like a big no. The game itself is no longer available, thanks God, and it's just one of the many games that were cursed to us with this massive Battle Royale hype. That's it for my video, guys. I will be making another video maybe of the upcoming ones, the upcoming Battle Royales. We'll see how it goes. Until then, I'll see you guys later.